Last year I had a personal trainer and we were doing good in regards to building muscle, losing the weight, and then I lost my personal trainer. There was a change of administration at my gym and I went into a period of limbo where I started gaining weight and losing my muscle endurance and the carrier endurance and my muscles. So it's like, and I finally was able to find a new personal trainer with the specific guidelines that I was looking for, and now we're beginning the journey all over again, and boy, I am sore. I could feel it, and what I was able to lift, it's like, oh my God, I gotta start from zero now, and have to build my way up. That's very much what we do in Lent. Lent is that we know that we go through a period of dormition and we have to wake up. And Lent is the time to say, okay, I got my personal trainer, I'm ready to start working out again, and my spiritual workout is composed of prayer, fasting, and giving. If I'm not working out in these three areas, then you're going to have a pretty wimpy spirit that will not be strong enough to resist temptation, withstand the difficulties and the trials of everyday life, and very likely when the time of difficulty comes, you're quick to doubt, quick to give up the faith, and lose everything. The losing of everything may include losing your soul. That's where reason the Mother Church, in her wisdom, knows that it is important at least once a year to go through a period in which we get back to basics. And the basics to grow in the spiritual life is prayer, is fasting, and is giving. If you're not doing those three things, then welcome to Lent. This is your opportunity to start again, build up the spiritual muscles by putting into practice the Christian disciplines of prayer, fasting, and giving. I'm going to translate into Spanish now, but I leave you with a question. What is your plans for this Lent in regards to prayer, fasting, and giving? What do you intend to do? What is your program looking like for the next 40 days as a jump start to your spiritual journey to make sure you're strengthening your spiritual life? What are you going to do during the next 40 days that has prayer, that has fasting, and giving? I'll come back after after translating into Spanish. Pues el año pasado tenía un entrenador que me había ayudado a perder de peso, ya estaba subiendo el peso de lo que levantaba, estaba en un nivel que ya me estaba gustando el peso que estaba levantando en pecho, en brazo, ya me sentía muy bien, y de repente me cambiaron la administración del gimnasio donde yo iba y he perdido el coach, el personal trainer que me estaba ayudando a hacer los ejercicios. No va a tomar mucho tiempo, ya llevo como 3 o 4 meses buscando, y ahí empezó a subir de peso la barriguita, perdiendo la fuerza, y finalmente pude conseguir un entrenador y ya estamos volviendo en una rutina, pero cuando me pongo a levantar las pesas de pecho, uy, perdí toda la fuerza que tenía, me siento que estoy comenzando de cero. Lo mismo pasa en la vida espiritual. Si no estamos ejerciendo el alma, tu espíritu se va a poner bien flaco. Y si no estás ejerciendo tu espíritu para crecer, en momentos de tentaciones, en momentos de dificultades, te vas a rendir, vas a dudar, vas a dejar la fe, vas a maldecir. ¿Por qué? Porque tu espíritu está muy débil y hay que ejercerlo. Y como cristianos hay 3 disciplinas que hacemos para ayudarnos a crecer en nuestra fuerza espiritual. Ellos son la oración, el ayuno y la ofrenda. Si no estás rezando, si no estás ayunando, si no estás dando ofrenda, de seguro tendrás un alma muy débil y en cualquier momento caes y pierdes la fe. La Madre Iglesia sabe de esto y por ello tenemos un ciclo litúrgico, en ello un tiempo específico para recobrar esa disciplina de ejercer nuestro espíritu. Y es la Cuaresma, la cual comenzamos hoy. Así que bienvenidos a la Cuaresma Y como programa para crecimiento espiritual, mi pregunta para ti es, ¿qué estás preparando a hacer en esta cuaresma de oración, de ayuno y de ofrenda? Porque si no lo estás haciendo, tu alma no está creciendo y poco a poco perdiendo fuerza de voluntad, fuerza en el espíritu. Piensen, ¿qué van a hacer esta cuaresma? Y después que traduzca en español, regresaré para dar algunas sugerencias de las actividades que estamos haciendo en esta parroquia que te ayuda a ejercer en la oración, en el ayuno y en la ofrenda. Don't know what you have planned out for yourself as part of the spiritual workout that we go through Lent, but there are a couple of things that are happening in our parish that we can collectively participate in the prayer, the fasting, and the giving. In regards to prayer, I will invite you to consider coming every Friday to do the Stations of the Cross, when we walk with Jesus. This is part of our CrossFit. Never mind. Very few got that because very few are doing CrossFit as a way of exercise. Never mind. All right, so if you go to the Stations of the Cross, doing the Stations of the Cross, there's two opportunities on Friday. We have our regular 8:30 in the morning Mass, and after the 8:30 Mass on Fridays, we will have the Stations of the Cross. That will be in English. And then we also have every Friday at 6 p.m. a bilingual Stations of the Cross. This is an opportunity for you to pray and to pray as a community. Now, in regards to fasting, every Friday, the recommendation during Lent as part of our exercise is that you only eat one meal and two small ones. One meal, two small ones, no meat. Look at this guy. We need to train this guy in the spiritual exercises. You can do this, brother. We all been doing it for centuries. And that's how we grow. So Friday, no meat, one meal, two small ones. I'm your personal trainer now. Don't make me take the whip and come on, push. All right? A way to do the fasting together will be on Fridays we have a fish fry, starting at 4 o'clock, ending around 7 o'clock, or whenever we run out of fish. And that has been the case in the past. So do come early. So come on Fridays. You have now two things that you could do on Friday. You could do the prayers with the Stations of the Cross. You could do the fasting and then have your big meal together as a community by eating the fish fry, the fried fish. And now you could also include now that because you bought the fish from your parish, that is a donation that is helping the finances of our community. So just by Friday discipline, at least you got one day of the entire week where you could do spiritual exercises of praying with the Stations of the Cross, of fasting and coming together to eat the one meal as a community, and giving, because what you save and that money that you otherwise will spend it eating at home or eating in a restaurant, now you're giving it to our community of faith to raise funds for the needs of our parish. So that's at least one day of the week for you to exercise in the Spirit and to do it as a church, collectively. So think of this as our collective Zumba aerobic class on Fridays. Okay? Another group of people who have not done Zumba will know what I'm talking about. Maybe we've got to talk about exercising your body together with your spirit. And by the way, that is something that is hardly encouraged. By the fact of doing exercise, taking care of your physical body, it will also help in taking care of your soul and strengthening your soul. Let me now translate into Spanish. Hay una oportunidad como comunidad que podemos hacer esas tres cosas. Ejercicios de la oración, del ayuno y de la ofrenda. Mis sugerencias son los viernes. Los viernes tenemos misa a las 8:30 de la mañana en inglés. Y después de la misa de las 8:30 en inglés, tenemos estaciones de la cruz en inglés. Pero si prefieres en español, todos los viernes a las 6 de la tarde vamos a tener estaciones de la cruz bilingüe y esto lo vamos a hacer en comunidad. Así que hacer ejercicio juntos nos apoya y nos inspira a continuar haciendo ejercicios. No solamente tienes la oración, no olvidemos que los viernes de la Cuaresma no comemos carne, comemos solamente una comida con 2 chiquitas, una comida con 2 chiquititas. ¿Sí? ¿Me siguen? Esto es parte del entrenamiento. Sugiero que esa una comida que vas a tener el viernes, que no puedes comer carne, aquí estaremos vendiendo pescado. Así sería una oportunidad de que esa una comida la hagamos como una comunidad de fe. No solamente te da la oportunidad de apoyarte en el ayuno y las estaciones de la cruz a las 6, sino también que en vez de gastar el dinero en comprarlo en un restaurante o en el mercado, ese dinerito que acabas de dar a la parroquia también ayuda a las necesidades financieras de nuestra parroquia y también estás ayudando con esa disciplina de la ofrenda, de dar. Ahora, ese es un día de la semana. ¿Qué van a hacer ustedes el resto de la semana? Espero que vengan el domingo, ahí tenemos 2 días. ¿Qué van a hacer el resto de la semana? Que los motive, que los inspire a hacer esa disciplina de oración, ayuno y ofrenda y en ella crecer espiritualmente. Because we are constantly in need to restart, that's why the symbol of the ashes. We'll do the sign of the cross in your foreheads with the ashes and remind you that you are ashes, you're dust. All of us, we're creatures and eventually we're going to die. That we have a limited time in this space and eventually we have to respond to what we did with our life. So let the ashes be that kickstart to begin saying, Lord, I really want to change my ways, exercise my soul and my spirit. I ask for your graces. And as a sign of my commitment, I receive these ashes as a reminder that I'm dust, and to dust I will return. Or to repent for whatever you've done wrong and ask to believe in the gospel and believe in the power that discipline of prayer, fasting, and giving can have in your life. So right after the homily, we'll proceed to the blessing of the ashes and to receiving those ashes. And let me finalize in Spanish now. Por ello, hoy empezamos con el miércoles de ceniza. El recibir la ceniza es una manera de nosotros decir, ok, comienzo esta cuaresma con hacer ejercicios espirituales, oración, ayuno y ofrenda. Recibo las cenizas para recordar que soy polvo y al polvo voy a regresar. Que mi vida es limitada, que tarde o temprano voy a morir y que tendré que responder al Señor ante mi corta vida. Así que el recibir la ceniza para decir, ayúdame Señor, me arrepiento y creo en el Evangelio, te pido tus gracias Señor, para entonces así hacer de esta cuaresma una cuaresma que sea memorable y que ayude a crecer en el alma. Now, I want to finish too by making an announcement. Another opportunity to exercise spiritually, communally, on March the 2nd and March the 9th, those 2 Saturdays, we're also going to come as a community together to work on our church in the grounds, cleaning, painting, constructing. So put in your calendar, March the 2nd, March the 9th, 2 days that I'm going to dedicate, Saturday mornings that I'm going to dedicate to my parish, to come together with others and clean up our church to be ready for Easter. Y concluyo pidiéndole que ya empiecen a marcar en sus calendarios marzo 2 y marzo 9, son sábados, 2 sábados. Reserven esos sábados en la mañanita para hacer un día en que todos como parroquia venimos a limpiar, a arreglar, a plantar y hacer nuestra parroquia, tenerla bien bonita y lista para así estar listos para la Pascua y la resurrección de Cristo. Please, now let us stand. Nos ponemos de pie para bendecir la ceniza. O God, who are moved by acts of humility and respond with forgiveness to works of penance, lend your merciful ears to our prayers, and in your kindness pour out the grace of your blessings on your servants